Hey everyone! So you're aiming for that 95% in the 2025 chemistry boards, right? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Forget trying to boil the ocean and master everything. Today, we're going to break down a super powerful 5-chapter strategy. It's all about targeting the most important topics to get you the biggest score. Let's do this. Let's study smarter, not just harder.
So, what's the actual secret to hitting that top score? Honestly, it's all about strategy. We're going to cut through all the noise and focus only on the chapters that give you the biggest bang for your buck, the ones that are pretty much guaranteed high scorers.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll lay out the overall strategy. Then, we'll build up our score with physical and organic chemistry, lock in some more marks with the inorganic block, and then, at the end, we'll see exactly how this whole path leads you straight to 38 marks.
Look, our strategy is really simple. We're zeroing in on a handful of chapters that, one, carry the most marks, and two, have super predictable question patterns. You know, those topics that you see on the exam almost every single year? Yeah, that's where we're going to focus all our energy for maximum impact.
First up, physical chemistry. We're starting here for a very good reason. These chapters are your guaranteed wins. The questions are almost always direct, they're numerical, and they're based on formulas. If you know the formula, you get the marks. It's pretty much that simple.
Okay, so our first foundational chapter is a real classic, chemical kinetics.
And don't sleep on this one. It's worth a solid 7 marks. Now, inside this chapter, you gotta be laser focused. Zero and first-order reactions, they are tested constantly, so you need to master their derivations. And the Arrhenius equation is a recurring favorite for examiners because it links reaction rates to temperature. That's a guaranteed question area right there.
All right, next up in our foundation is solutions.
This is another 7 marks that are totally up for grabs, and you know, it's one of the more straightforward chapters in physical chemistry.
For this one, your entire focus should be on the 4 colligative properties. I mean it. They're all connected through this idea of solute particles. So you master their formulas, and then you understand how the Van 't Hoff factor adjusts them for when solutes break apart, which leads to abnormal molar mass. It's a chain of logic they absolutely love to test. And to wrap up our physical chemistry foundation, we've got the real heavyweight of the bunch, electrochemistry. I mean, look at this. This is our highest value chapter, worth a massive 9 marks. It can feel a little tricky, I know, but trust me, the payoff is absolutely worth the effort.
So listen up. The Nernst Equation, which lets you figure out cell potential under pretty much any condition, is a must-know. Same goes for Kohlrausch's law for calculating molar conductivity. These are common, direct questions. You also have to master the difference between the two cell types, and that crucial link between Gibbs free energy and EMF.
Okay, so we've got our physical chem foundation locked in. Nice. Now we're going to pivot. It's time to tackle the challenge and the huge reward of organic chemistry.
And this quote right here, it's everything. It is the absolute core of your organic strategy. Nomenclature isn't about those simple nameless compound questions. No, it's the actual language of organic chemistry. If you can't identify the compounds in a reaction or a conversion problem, you just can't solve it. Which brings us to the single most important organic chapter on our list, aldehydes, ketones, and carboxylic acids. And yeah, it's a powerhouse. We're talking a solid 8 marks here, which makes it a critical piece of our strategy. Here's the deal. You have to focus on the name reactions. Learn every single one of them. Why? Because these aren't just standalone questions. They are the building blocks, like Legos, for those multi-step conversion problems that are all over the exam. You master these reactions, you'll master conversions.
All right, for our last block, we're shifting gears again. We're moving away from formulas and reactions and diving into the world of theory, patterns, and yes, exceptions with inorganic chemistry.
And our finisher chapter is D and F block elements.
This one tacks on another super valuable 7 marks to our total. And it's all about understanding properties, electronic configurations, and those key exceptions to the rules.
Okay, and I really want you to pay attention to this last point. You must, and I mean must, memorize the preparation reactions for KMNO4 and K2CR2O7. A question on one of these two compounds appears on the exam pretty much every single year. It is one of the highest yield, most predictable topics in the entire syllabus. Okay, so we've gone through our 3 key areas: physical, organic, and inorganic. Now, let's put it all together and see the incredible impact this targeted approach can have on your final score.
just look at this. This is the power of focusing your effort. By mastering just these 5 chapters, you are targeting 38 out of 70 marks on your jury paper. You guys, that is over half of your entire exam secured just through focused, intelligent prep before you even touch the other chapters. So, there it is. This isn't just a list of chapters. It's your strategic blueprint for success. You literally have the path to lock in over half of your total marks. The only question left is, where are you going to start?